Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and another episode here on Forest River. About 7:30 this morning and we are just over here getting this tractor all greased up, ready to go. Apparently I don't actually have my grease gun. So why don't we just buy that really quick? In tools, there we go, grease gun. Grease gun, we've been greasing things up and yeah, I think the 9430 is ready to go once again. We are going to send him over to, let's see, I want to say field 62. That's the field that we actually limed in the last episode. So that lime needs to be incorporated in the soil there. So whenever Ben gets here, he can be ready to rock, or not Ben, Tim. Ben is going to be working the 9630 again over in field 77. We got to get some fuel over to him. And we'll bring him down to the field, but I need to get this Thunder Creek filled with diesel quick. Hopefully before he gets here. Usually the guys start around 7:30, so must be a little bit late. We got plenty to do in the meantime. We're gonna get some pickers out this morning as well. Well, both of those pickers are gonna go down to the field where Ben has been working. Once he is finished, we might need to get some fuel actually quick. I thought I filled these up. Looks like we actually have some in the old tank here. We'll get that filled quick. Just gonna back it right over here. We can be a little bit closer. I thought this had IC. But I might not have IC installed, do I not? I guess I don't have IC installed. And then the next job is once we get fuel down to the 9630 and Ben, and we're probably going to come back. We need to get fuel down to the drill, which I will show you. There's a bit of a surprise with the drill. I'm going to let this fill up for a bit. That's going to take a while. Yeah, so we got to get fuel down to the drill. We brought the straight truck back with fertilizer last night because we aren't going to need any more fertilizer. At least I hope we won't. And yeah, so we're going to have all the tillage tractors going again. We'll have the drill running, rocking and rolling today. And we'll probably be doing a little bit of logistics as well. I think Dad is going to come down and run the drill for a little bit this afternoon. So we'll get, after that, we'll probably be just, yeah, like I said, running some logistics and stuff, keeping everybody topped off and working. So yeah, once we kind of get everything rocking and rolling, I think we will catch up with you guys shortly. Alright, so we're actually just passing by the field that we were drilling yesterday. And as you can see, the 9520 is sitting there, not hooked up to the drill anymore. We ran into some pretty major issues. I think it's probably a transmission issue of some sort, but we are going to get it actually checked out by Deere. But we ended up driving about an hour, and we got a new tractor, new to us tractor. So you'll see it once we kind of get over that way where the drill, we parked up the drill that's hooked up to that tractor over at our farthest west field actually. So we're gonna get that drilled today, and then we'll bring that, once we're done with that, we'll actually bring it back home to the farm. And that field right across the road is actually going into wheat as well, and then we will actually be done with our wheat drilling for the year. So that drill is actually just down here, about a mile or so past the field that Ben is going to be finishing up today. Should be parked up here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. There's the 9630. But yeah, it's been we've been wanting to upgrade that drill, the tractor for the drill, for a while, and I think having those issues last night just really made us realize that it's time. So we did pull the trigger on it. So it's been something. Luckily, we've been trying to figure out a way to get it done for a while now. And we just made her happen, so. Here we go. While this is refueling, hopefully, refueling, I'm gonna see if anything needs done on this tractor. It was late last night when we made sure Ben got home, so it was about 1 a.m. So I said don't worry about greasing it up or anything, but looks like we do need to blow out the air filter quick. Let's get that done. Radiator, there we go. Perfect. That should be good to go. Let's get this warming up for him. And he can kind of just take it from here. Got the fuel in. Make sure everything is ready to go for him. So, let us now head down to where we're going to be today. Oh, actually, before I do that, we're actually going to head back to the other field. Because we're going to bring the seed truck over to that field. So we need it, and we will just leave this pickup over where Tim is going to be digging in that lime, or that ground that we just got lime on. And it looks like Tim did get up here, and while he showed up, he got refueled and is now just now starting in on getting that field cultivated in. There is the 9520. At some point, Deere is going to come out with a attack and get some eyes on it and see what's wrong with it. But it just quit going, pretty much. It was not great. Really wasn't. I mean, we didn't end up finishing drilling that field until like 3 a.m. So I am running on some low sleep at the moment. We gotta wait to get that warmed up. I'll grab my coffee out of the truck quick, and maybe I'll see how Tim is doing. He's running on about a 5-degree angle here. It looks like it's working pretty good. At least it seems like it. Get a nice seed bed for us there. I think this field will be going into beets this coming year. Yeah, I'm gonna grab my coffee, grab my phone, grab my lunch, all that stuff, load it into the truck, and probably next time I see you guys, we'll be up at the next field, ready to get drilling. Alright, here's our new tractor. The 9520R. Like I said, it's new to us. It's a 2015 model. It's got the steel tanks on the back, which is nice for fuel capacity, but I'll tell you what, getting up here, having the fuel tank or the fuel fill cap, whatever you want to call it, right there is a pain in the butt. The 9520s before, or the 9510s, like the previous gen, had the fuel right here, and this is not very convenient. It's just, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. You just climb up here, you get on here, and you fill. But, and I'm actually talking from real life experience there, because the guy I used to work for had a 9510, and then he upgraded his 90 300 to a 9520, and filling this is just kind of annoying. I mean, it's not that, like I said, it's not that big of a deal, but yeah, having your fuel right here is much easier. But anyway, we have to blow this out again. It's slightly dirty from last night. We're gonna hop in it and get it warming up too. We shouldn't need, I'm not gonna fill seed right now either. I just don't know how far the seed is actually gonna go. But yeah, this ground is ready to go, ready to be drilled in. You can see the soil nutrients in the right hand side. So the soil grade is actually fair. And then there's just kind of your NPK and your organic material, your pests and disease, all that stuff. So it actually needs some P, which I think we're going to actually end up applying with the sprayer this next month after we get this drilled. I call it P because I know, that's the phosphorus. I always get confused between the phosphorus and the potassium. So the P is actually the phosphorus, the potassium is the K. So now that we're warmed up, we are going to get in here and get planting. I'm going to start over on this side. We're actually going to drive through the field a little bit. If I was smart, I probably would have just started over on that side, which, now that I'm thinking about it, that's what we're going to do. Usually like to work my way back towards the field entrance or exit, whatever you want to call it. So yes, we're going to do that. Engine lugging. The engine, especially the transmission, do not like lugging. Low RPMs, heavy low. Yeah. You'll be alright. But yes, I am loving this tractor. I love this tractor in real life, and now that it's out from custom modding, I was ready to get one. The main reason for this is actually the 9520 was really having some issues with the tire bug. The new bug with the tires. I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but like it struggles to, like, it almost bogs it down. It's like I don't know. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but this being a newer mod, I don't think is going to be affected as much by that. So we're going to get unfolded. I'm going to attempt to back this up slightly. I want to get a little bit of a corner on this headland. I'm just going to do these end rows first. Just so they're out of the way. Probably will slow down slightly while we're doing these end rows. 5-6 mile an hour, I think will be good. It does look like we are drilling, so that should be good. Let's pull up the menu. I need to turn on the application rate, the auto application rate. we're getting the right amount. We can turn this off, because I don't know what those like blue dot things are. I'm actually just going to work my way back. This was not the right line. I should not have started on this line. I should have started one over. Because this one we could have gone straight. But it is what it is. Yesterday I was running like 8 mile an hour, sometimes 9. And this is kind of why I want to be... I really should move to manual gears. Because if I could stay in like the 15, 16 range, then we're only running at, you know, it's 80, high 80 engine load. It's not nearly as bad, but because it just automatically wants to keep shifting gears with auto gears, it just keeps making the engine load so high. I want to say this field is about 70 acres. We're probably going to be in this field most of the day, just based on our time scale and such. Yeah, this field is 76 acres. I think, what was this one that we drilled yesterday? That was only 37. And that took us from... Oh man, when did we start that field? Like 6 o'clock at night, I think, till about 3 a.m. So yeah, we'll be... Well, if I increase my time scale again. Yeah, we'll be in this field for a good while, but like I said, Dad is going to be coming early this afternoon to take over. And we'll probably get some guys organized, depending on how they're coming with their jobs, to run some rock pickers. Heck, I might even jump in a rock picker for a little bit. Because there is that one field that Ben has been working in that is not looking good when it comes to rocks. Been giving me some calls that he's seeing a lot of rocks, and he's had to replace a few shovels and stuff because of them. So yeah, we'll keep grinding away at this. Don't want to bore you too much. This is just a good gig to hop on a, you know, YouTube video or something on the side, and away we go. Alright, so Dad has just showed up in the pickup. He's got a fuel tank in that truck. So we'll be able to put some fuel in the tractor. And we'll top him off with the seed that we have right now before we head back. Ben has finished in that big field. We're going to send him down to just a small, like, 15-acre field. He's going to knock that out quick. And then, once he's done with that, we'll get him in a picker, a rock picker, like I kind of mentioned before. But our main job is that we need to get some work done getting the planter going. Gotta get that set up, ready to go, because we do need to start planting our sugar beets this month as well. So probably Dad will be running the drill for the rest of the month of March at least. And we're going to be switching over to probably planting beans. Probably the rest of these spring episodes will probably be in that planter, because we're gonna plant the beets, and then we gotta plant corn and beans and pintos as well. There we go. That went pretty quick. We might actually need to end up running this up for Dad as well. And getting him some more seed. I mean, we definitely will for the next field. So that might be something we do before we even head back. Go up to the co-op. And get seed brought over for him. Shouldn't need any fertilizer. Like I said, we are using a very minimal rate of fertilizer. I think this tractor should take all of this fuel that's in this tank. Yeah, it did. But he should be good. Finish off this field. But yeah. So we are going to actually do that. We're going to run up to the co-op. We're going to get some more seed brought up for Dad. And then we'll go and do some more logistics. We're heading back to the farm now. This is the like 20-acre field that we got Ben working with the 60-foot. It should take him just about no time, but it is, I mean, it's almost 4:30 already. And the last time we talked to you, it took us a little over 2 hours to get the seed for the drill and all that stuff. I just want to see how it's doing. Picking up some rocks. To be expected. So we might bring the pickers over here as well at some point. As long as the pickers have enough time before we plant or drill, that'll be fine. But we don't necessarily rock pick all of our ground just because that would take a lot of time and manpower too, which we don't always have. So we'll have them do the 2 fields that Ben's worked. Then we'll have to see, I guess, what the other fields are looking like, if they really think we need to have them picked this year or not. But we could try to just kind of rotate every other year or every 2 or 3 years, make sure that we get pickers in, and the guys will pick up rocks if they see any big ones as they're going and stuff. I know some guys are pretty anal about making sure they get all of their ground picked, but sometimes there's just too much of it to even think about picking it all. So this field coming up here on our left is the field I keep talking about that's across from the farm. Actually, this one, that's the field entrance to it. This is the one that Tim was working in yesterday. Looks like he missed a spot right there, actually. But that is going to be our last wheat field. So once Dad's done drilling over there, he's going to come down here, right across from the farm, and get that one drilled with wheat. Got a lot of equipment sitting out right now. Don't really have time to put things away at the moment. So I am going to get the 8520 out. Need to get the spreader put away because we don't really need it anymore this spring. We'll get it back out in the fall when we start spreading lime again. But yeah, here is our planting rig. I say 8520, it's actually an 8420. We'll get that loaded, or warmed up. We need to get it on the planter. And then get some seed loaded in it. And probably get the tenders going too while we're thinking about it. We have an old Patriot tender that we use. That would really be nice. I'm trying to convince Dad to maybe upgrade. I forgot that the planter is still buried in here, so we're gonna have to do some equipment shuffle. Man, I'm excited to use that beet lifter this fall. Or I guess this summer. But yeah, we gotta do equipment shuffle so we can get our planter out. With that being said, I guess we need to warm up some of these machines. And get them. We can get them moved. Don't think we'll have to move the other combine. We can just get the sprayer out of the way, the lifter out of the way, and that combine. I think we should be able to get the planter out. Kind of forcing me to get this spreader put away too. I need to get this unloaded, the lime unloaded. So for now, before it rains, because there is rain in the forecast, we're just going to back this into the Quonset here. Because I need this tractor to get the lifter out of the way. Gonna back this guy in here. Doesn't have to be perfect because it needs to get hooked back up anyway. And get that lime cleaned out. Probably gonna end up hooking this up to the roller for the spring. Just gonna pull it over here into the grass. There we go. We also got to get those saddle tanks put on the 8422. This we got to get out and get going as well, so we're gonna have to do a once over on this at some point. Make sure all the nozzles are working and all that good stuff. All the plumbing is good. Get the big beast out. So this one's actually my combine. The other one is Dad's. Really the only difference on them is the tires. I got some big old chunky tires on mine. Well, and I guess mine is a 2015 opposed to Dad's 2012, but they're both S680s. So there, now we should be able to get the planter out. Yep, looks like it. I'm going to get these saddle tanks put on it first. Might take some weights off, and then we'll get it hooked up to the planter. I actually had to get 145 unhooked from the picker because I needed it to help me get the saddle tanks on, because this is our only loader on the farm right now. Like we got all sorts of things going on in the field right now. I'm actually got to hook up my bucket back up. We're gonna hook this back up to the picker, and we're gonna send the pickers down to the field. I'm gonna call these guys, get these issues figured out, see if that really does need to be refueled or not. And I'll be right back with you. So he does not actually need to be refueled. That's what I kind of expected. I don't know why that's showing up. That's actually the the 9430 that's in this little 20-acre field here. But I am going to now work on getting these two pickers down in the field. We'll get somebody to give us a ride back so we can get the next one. Then we're gonna call it a day. Might spend a little bit of time later once I get this done, depending on what time it is, because this field is quite a ways away. This is gonna take some time, but yeah, we'll just taking a look over the planter again, making sure that's ready to go for tomorrow morning. So the plan is to get going on getting some beats in the morning. So that is actually where we're going to call it a video. I thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Thank you to the YouTube channel members. You guys are awesome as always. And we will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.